why I'm not a vegan. Here's one very good reason. Her name is Mangala, which means she's very auspicious. I'm not a vegan doesn't mean I'm a meat eater, I'm a lacto-vegetarian. That means I take milk products, not eggs or fish or chicken or meat. So in this way, lacto-vegetarian. The idea of being a vegetarian, the idea was there that you don't want to be cruel to animals. That's a very good reason for being a vegetarian. But then the vegan movement came up and said, hey, look, even the dairy, you take milk products, but the cows, they're treated very badly. They're tortured. And then they're just killed. So it's unethical, the vegans say, to even take milk products because you're supporting an industry of violence. They're right. Unfortunately, most of the cows around the world, including in India, are not very well treated. And even in India, many cows are killed once they get past the profitable stage of giving enough milk. But there is an alternative, and it's called cow protection. It's mentioned in Bhagavad Gita by Lord Krishna as one of the cornerstones of the Vedic culture is Go Raksha, cow protection. That means that you look after cows. See, look, she's so peaceful. She likes being brushed. You look after cows, not just when they give milk, and you don't torture them for milk by injecting them and forcing so much milk out of them. Treat them nicely, and out of love and affection, they'll give plenty of milk. And when they get older, you don't kill them, you look after them, because after all, the cow is just like our mother. We take milk from the mother, which nourishes us, and we take milk from the cow. Of course, there are milk-giving animals, goats, donkeys, camels, pigs, they're all milk-giving animals. But the milk from the cow is very special because it nourishes the brain tissues in what's called sattva guna, or the mode of goodness, which is conducive for our cells becoming peaceful and ourselves making spiritual advancement and understanding spiritual subject matters. So it's just like your physical mother. When she gets old, we don't just kill her because she's old, we look after her. So same with the cow. Now you may say, well, that's not economical. How are the farmers going to get by economically? Actually, apart from the milk, the cow dung and the cow urine are very valuable. The nutrients in them are very valuable. And after the cow's lactation period, when she gets older, the nutrients get more concentrated in the cow dung and the cow urine. It's very well known in India that cow dung is an excellent natural fertilizer. And you can use it for all kinds of things. It's commonly used as a fuel. That's another major usage. A problem with veganism is that without taking some animal products, you don't get full nutrition. Krishna, God, nature arranged that we as humans, we need some nutrients which naturally comes from, well, if you're a meat eater, you get it from meat, along with all the bad karma. And if you're a lacto-vegetarian, you can get it from milk products. Vitamin B12. Vegans, they have to get that from a chemically produced process. Whereas we can get it from milk and ghee and yogurt and so many nice preparations. Actually, in the Western world, people have no idea of how many very tasty and very nourishing preparations can be made from milk. and milk products. So there is an alternative to veganism whereby you can take milk products and not be violent. And it's actually much better because cows, they like to be looked after. You see, they're quite happy. They're protected. In the West, they give a lot of importance to dogs. And in India, they give a lot of importance to cows by protecting cows. See, like dogs, they like to live with humans. And cows, they also like to live and be protected. So real human civilization is based on God consciousness and ultimately aiming at Krishna consciousness. And Krishna, the Supreme Personality of God, he likes cows, and he's not happy when we mistreat cows. And not protecting them is also one form of mistreatment. You just allow them to run wild. They like to be protected. They're quite happy. You're quite happy, aren't you, Mongala? Yes. Right. And the bull is like our father, because the bull helps to plow the land so we can have grains, which also feeds the cows. Cows eat grass. We can't eat grass. They convert grass into the miracle food, milk. You can't do that with any machine. Put in grass one end and get milk out of the other. It's God's arrangement. And you may say, well, some people, they like to eat meat. It's not so good, but it is a fact that many people like to eat meat. Well, if you like to eat meat, we can make a deal with you. We'll give you beef free, but we won't kill the animal. How are you going to do that? Well, naturally they die in due course, and then you can take. You will give, if you like to eat, we'll give afterwards. There could be so many arguments for or against veganism, but here's one good alternative. It seems vegans didn't think about it. They say don't take milk products because you're supporting a violent dairy industry, but dairy production doesn't have to be violent. There's an alternative, non-violent dairy production. That right, Mongala? They're quite happy. They're quite happy because they can sense that they're loved. They also feel pain. Why would you want to give pain to anyone? Unnecessarily. Humans don't need to eat meat. They feel quite protected. They're looked after with love and they are happy. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Bhaja Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhara, Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Bhaja Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhara, Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Bhaja Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhara, Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Bhaja Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhara.
My policy is to take milk only from protected cows. Those cows which are kept and will never be killed. And in India, where I live most of the time, it's quite possible in most places, because in many places there are goshalas, which means places for keeping cows, which are not run commercially, but out of love for the cows, to protect them, and they'll never be killed. They'll be allowed to live their life and be looked after very nicely and die naturally in the course of time. So there are many such goshalas even now. So by taking a little trouble, wherever I go, I can get milk from protected cows. And I think vegans shouldn't have an issue with that. They have an issue with drinking milk because of the violent dairy industry, but this is the loving cow protection. So we take milk from protected cows. Outside India, in many countries, in most countries, it can be difficult to get milk from protected cows. And in most countries of the world, the only places where cows are protected are at centers of the International Society for Krishna Consciousness, where they keep cows and protect them. And one of the important functions of this Krishna Consciousness movement worldwide is to demonstrate the religious principle of protecting cows, which, if that is done, will bring about a tremendous change in human society, because so much bad karma is generated by animal slaughter in general, by cow slaughter in particular.